This is what I have to do in the morning because he's rushing me around. So I have to put my makeup on in the car as we're driving to wherever the heck we're going. So there you go.
We normally don't do this.
Nope, never. Well, sometimes.
So we're having a breakfast this morning. Where are we at?
Denny's.
Yep. So we're going to show you what we got. We got the $5.99 specials. We're cheap. Saving money.
Yep.
Costs way too much money. So see what we got and see what else we're going to do today.
The bad thing was he doesn't like the tea here. For some reason, he didn't like it this morning.
Bad. It's like yesterday or 2 days ago or a month ago's tea they made. Been sitting in
Fine
that
to me.
coffee maker for a week.
With your wash.
The wash.
Alright, nothing in there.
Yep. They're applying the wheel cleaner, it says.
There you go. Can't see it.
Slow.
Ow! Hey, now we're at Walmart. We're gonna go inside to get something for a project for the garage for tonight. And to look a lot like Christmas.
What? Thanksgiving's not even here. Have we even had Labor Day yet?
Yes, we have. No Halloween though. No Halloween, no Thanksgiving, but it's Christmas time. This is what we need. We're gonna, guess I'll tell you what we're gonna do with it later. We're going out the door. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Thank you.
What about the exit door? Another one of our upgrades that we're getting ready to do, or I don't know if we want to call it an upgrade addition or extra work that we need to do, is right behind us here. We're going to show you real quick is the pole. What we're going to do with that pole, we're going to mount a meter to it. Why? You say, why aren't you not just attaching it to the building? Well, the county has all kinds of stupid regulations they want you to do. To even get them to first turn it on, you got to go mount 3 GFIs between each one of the doors, garage doors, put a light over the walk door before they'll even let you turn the meter on. So what we're going to do is put the meter on a pole, because then all we have to do is get a GFI to where that way we have electric here while we get everything else set up and the wiring and stuff inside. So let's take a look at the pole.
Here it is.
So Mike doesn't know yet, but when he gets here, we're probably going to have most of the floor probably painted. And we're going to see that rock? We're going to take a 2-man driller and we're going to drill a big old hole in there. And then we're going to try to manhandle this thing since it's on the hill, get it in the hole and try to get it back up there, fill it back in so we can get ready for mounting the box on there. So that's the project there. So the other thing that we're looking to do here pretty quickly is start working on the dirt that we have. So first of all, we're going to have this hill. We're going to have this hill cut down. Give me more room here in the back, able to get through here, maybe turn a vehicle around, or somebody coming in with a trailer or something like that. Maybe we can get you swung around this way if you're not a real good backer. So we actually go all the way up here. So what we'll end up doing here is, along here, we'll cut this and kind of make a circle. We won't get too close to this telephone pole because we don't want it to fall down. So it'll probably come more out this way. We go all the way to that stake that you see there with the yellow on top. That's the corner lot there. And then, so we'll go over here, probably, the excavator said about 2 feet. Well, I want to give the guy maybe 4 or 5 feet. I don't want his hill to come rushing down. So probably along here, all the way down that way, we'll cut this hill down, and then we'll have a nice good flow all the way around. You can see when they did the septic tank, which we'll go take a look at that in a minute, they've already cut some of the hill down, but we want to go back a little farther than that. And then a lot of this dirt from here will go in here, and we're going to fill all this in. And then you can see out there how it's kind of lower in the center. We're going to cut the front even, so we're going to cut that all the way down so you can pull right in. Here we're going to grade this, flatten this out, and we're going to get the big boulders, which I'll show you in a minute what it looks like, and we're going to line it all the way down the end here to stop the water from rushing down and
eroding.
Yeah. What are they doing?
So it won't erode that hill.
There you go.
Because there's big grooves in it from when it does rain, it goes right down there.
Yep. Haven't been caught up to date. We actually had a septic tank put in back here in the back. And first off, we're having it hooked up for an RV site. So we're going to end up having one full hookup RV site here, and we'll have some extra room along here if we have extra visitors that want to come down and check out the shop, maybe get some of those free products that we might be demoing, things like that. So we'll have it all set up. This is all going to get raised up. Septic tank's back pretty far. It's almost to the hill back there, so we got pretty much room here. It's also, I paid extra to have a drive over lid, so if you've got a normal size pickup truck car, normal camper, even something like what this guy's got next door, you could drive over the septic tank and it's not going to break it. We can't put like a earth mover or a backhoe or something a little bit heavier, steel, won't be able to drive over it. So we have quite a bit of room here, but for hookups, we're only going to have a 50 amp, a 30 amp, and then we're going to have a 120 amp. So that'll be the only 3 electric hookups. The rest will have to do dry camping. We only have 1 sewer hookup. So we did put the water in. Me and Tam did that. We got another box there. That box there, we're going to run another water line to the back of the building, because eventually inside the building we are going to put a shower, a stool, and a sink in there, maybe 2 sinks. So right here is the septic over here. So you might say, wow, that's really high. Well, we're going to end up, once it gets all leveled up, we'll cut it off and put the top and fix it all up right. See, they cut a little bit of this hill down already. We'll probably go up to about where that bush is at, go that much more, run all the way across, pretty much with those bushes along there, and then come down and then kind of over that way. We just, like I said, I don't want to make the telephone pole fall down, and I don't want all of his stuff end up here. That's going to be the sewer for everything inside. That's going to be the hookup for that. And they put me a T, a Y, right there. It's going to come off of there, and right there below that. I started digging, but I haven't got very far. And so that's it back here in the back. Let's go take a look inside, and we'll show you what we're about to do inside.
So yesterday we brought the shop vac and my vacuum cleaner over here, and we vacuumed all the corners and the whole floor just to get any excess dust or dirt, rocks that the pressure washer didn't get off, or just us coming in and out. Tonight, what we bought at Walmart, we're going to come in, we're going to damp mop the whole floor one last time just to get any excess dust off, because tomorrow morning we're going to start painting the floor.
So if you're around at 5 o'clock, come on by. What we're going to end up doing here is what we ended up deciding on. I don't know if it's going to be my best choice or not. We were actually I've been going back and forth with epoxy. Bad news is all this, like this Rust-Oleum and the Bear, is not really epoxy. It's a very small amount. It's one part that you're putting together. It's not, most of it's latex. You can actually clean it with water, so it's not really epoxy. So real epoxy, you actually have to mix it. It's almost like 1-to-1. Seems like the only place you can really get that is ordering it offline. And some of the places, one place I looked the other day, for $500 worth of stuff the guy was selling was $1,795 for the setup. So I would have to have quite a few of those for
To do 3,000 square foot.
Yeah.
It's not a regular 1 or 2 car garage.
Yep.
So you wonder how it's so light in here and we don't have any electricity yet? We have 4 skylights.
Now, my neighbor down the road, she's got a steel building, actually the same size as mine, but he put his doors the opposite of mine. I wanted to have 60 feet long so we could do a couple of things. One, I could put the bathroom in. We still have plenty of room to pull things inside. Plus, I wanted to be able to, if I had the boat and the truck hooked up together, I could pull them in here together and just leave it. I wouldn't have to unhook anything if I wanted to go to that extreme. But on the paint here, that's what we were thinking about. Is I was actually talking to, there's a guy that actually works at our Home Depot, and I don't always listen to everybody that works at Home Depot, but we've got some pretty good guys. Bill's one of our great guys that work at Home Depot, and the painter there actually used to be a painter for over 30 years.
40,
So,
I think he said.
So he knows quite a bit about paint. Not a whole lot about painting garage floors, but about paint. And one of the things that he said was that he had this brand new paint that was put out by PPG, which if you've ever been in the automotive field, they were really big. I don't know if they still are or not. I've been out of it for a long time. They used to be really big in the automotive finishing products and stuff that they had. So it was really great, and I knew it was a great company. And then the gentleman down there at Home Depot said that when he first got this stuff about 6 months to a year ago, he gave it to one of his contractors to do his personal big garage like this. Guy came in the next day and said it was the best stuff he ever put down. Supposed to do your first coat, you're supposed to dilute it 20%. And put that coat down. Once that dries, go ahead and put a finishing coat on with 100% paint. Roll it all out. So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll let it dry for a couple days, and then so you're going to see us. We'll probably do a time lapse of us putting this down, and then we'll talk about it, how easy it was or how hard it was, difficult. Mike was supposed to be out early, but he's coming later Monday night, so he may help us with the second coat, and he's also going to help me with the telephone pole, putting it in the ground. So those are 2 things we're going to do on Tuesday. So we don't know how far. Hopefully by Monday, tomorrow morning, we will have the first coat for sure all down. Don't know if we'll start the second one or not. We'll see how the day goes.
Because it's supposed to be under 95 degrees. So
Under
that's
85.
So tomorrow the high is supposed to be 95. So we're going to get up here bright and early and get as much of it done as we can.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have 1 full coat down. That's the goal for tomorrow. So tonight we're going to come in, we're going to damp mop it all just to make sure there's no dust on it, because that's really the problem I think with a lot of people. After I started reading, I was going to go with the Behr. That was the epoxy we were going to buy. We were going to acid wash the floor. I already had bought the acid and everything to do it. We were going to do all that the day we actually steam cleaned it, or high pressure washed it. And then after that, we were up there at Home Depot. I was up there at Home Depot, and I was talking again. I was like, I've read. I went on go on the Home Depot's website and look at all the people that are complaining about those products. And then one of the guys that do My Old House, or whatever the show is called, he badmouths the Rust-Oleum one. He doesn't really badmouth it. What he says is there's so much controversy about it, I'm just going to let you read what the manufacturer suggested. Well, I'm not going off what the manufacturer suggested. But on the Behr, lots of people complained, lots of people. So that's what kind of scared me off of using that product. Probably now, after we thought about it, I probably could have used it, because I think that's what they did to the house that we live in now. Because that's about the only hardware store that we have out here in this area where we're at. And it's been down, 20 years now?
Yeah.
So it's been down a long time, and no trouble. Yes, it fades. On the other side of the garage door, it's almost white. It almost looks like concrete color. It was gray with the sprinkles in it. And I probably should have just went ahead and gone that route.
Well, a lot of people are saying, well, right now you've got a brand new floor. Nothing's been on it. I mean, we've had the boat in here and a couple vehicles, but it's a brand new floor. There hasn't been any oil spills, anything like that. So they said, you're working with brand new stuff, so we're 1 step ahead of everybody else when it comes to that. So we're probably overkill pressure washing it and vacuuming it and damp mopping, but it's better than having it start to peel up and crack and everything else.
So the guy at Home Depot, that's what he said. Do you really want the sparkles and all that? And I'm like, no, I only was going to throw that in there because it was an option that you could do. And this saved me about a quarter of what this was going to cost. Ended up costing, I think it was about $33, $34 a gallon for what this ended up going. They didn't have it in 5-gallon pails. We ended up with, 15 gallons? Yeah. And he thinks we may still need 2 more gallons, but he said, hey, I can mix it up. You guys call me. As soon as you get your first coat down, I'll have the other 2 gallons made up for you. But if he mixes them up, you're stuck with them. So we thought, okay, let's go with what he recommended first. We'll put it down tomorrow, and we'll see how this all turns out. So those are the things we're kind of looking at. I have one last thing that we're going to do to the campground, to our building here.
To our camp.
Yeah, is to fence in the whole property. So depending on money, which I've just kind of looked at my retirement money, which is just about gone. I'm probably going to have enough money to put the rocks down and fix the parking lot out here, the area here, and put the fence up. And after that, I'm probably going to be out of money. So we're going to rely on a lot of you to start watching my YouTube videos. Go back and watch some of those old videos. Check them out. You know, that helps us. If you know, best thing to do is take that phone, hit one of our playlists and throw it down. Let it play through the commercials and all that stuff. That helps us. That's how we make money on YouTube. Besides people going to our Patreon page, which we appreciate all those people. I got a video coming up on that. You may have already seen it now. It may have already come up this weekend. But we're trying to put some more stuff out on Patreon. We got a lot more videos in the queue, and maybe I'll just throw a lot of that stuff up on Patreon. Let the people there see it. And you can also do the super chats, also in the video that you're watching right now. If you're on your phone or your computer, you can look there, and there's a thank you. If you really like the videos, you like to support our channel, you can hit that thank you, and it's a way you can give $1, you can give whatever you want to do. And every little bit helps with us. We're trying to get the Amazon store going back up. When I looked at my Amazon store the other day, there really wasn't hardly anything in it. So I don't know what happened to all the stuff I have. So I'm going to have to go back in and sit down and try to figure that out again and get the Amazon store going. So we'll see what happens with that. So our sponsor, we haven't heard any more about it, so we don't know if that's going to happen or not. So we're back to what we did originally, just putting videos out for you guys, and we make all of our money just from you guys.
Yep, and we appreciate that. We appreciate all of you guys watching and hanging out with us and coming along on all of our adventures.
And we'll wrap it up right here.
So thanks for coming along today. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.